was horny enough to let me eat the box, but you wasn't horny enough to let me
After that, I just wasn't in the mood.
Maybe I'm not in the mood to get that plane ticket. Let your broke ass figure that out.
Well, maybe the whole world should see this video. Send it to your job, everybody on your friends list, to your 2 daughters.
Pimping ain't easy, but simping is easy. Simping is dangerous. And here's an example of how simping is dangerous. Those of you simps, I hope you're listening because you need to learn from what we're about to go over. And those of you who are thinking about simps, wishing you had the money that simps have, you need to watch this video so you don't repeat the mistakes. And those 304s, because they hate it when we say house. Those 304s that are out there, you need to watch this because it's dangerous to be a 304. And those wannabe 304s in training, those 304 disciples that are looking at the Instagram pictures of the 304s that want to be the next Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. That is hype. That is camera work. That is a fantasy lifestyle. 99% of you will never even get close to it. Even if you could, you don't want to emulate it. So the Tubi movie that I'm taking this scene from is called Flued Out. I am not going to review the entire movie today. Later on down the line, I'll do a full review, but today is to teach a lesson. And I decided to do something different and not use real people, real life situations, because we always have people who's like, you're always picking on people. You're judging others. You have no empathy. There's always somebody offended. So I'm talking about fictional characters, and if it offends you, I'm sorry, but tough shit. Let's get into it.
When I first got here, this nigga was on some nice guy 90s R&B type shit, opening doors, carrying bags. But now, he done turned from Russell Wilson into Future real quick. Now, LaMarcus, you got way too much gray in that beard to be acting the way that you do.
So really, you gonna tell everybody my government name on your live?
First of all, what I'm supposed to call you?
You flew her out to obviously get some. Nothing wrong with that. She was flued out, not flown out. Flued out, as they say. You spent money on the plane ticket, putting her up at your place. She's on her social media complaining. Your manhood card was pulled. You should have responded. Tell her no social media allowed, no posting. This is private. If you got to snatch the phone out of her hand, it is what it is. But better yet, that should have been discussed before she even got off the plane. You should have had a little background information on her to know if she's rebellious, confrontational, disrespectful. Here's the hypocritical thing. She wants to talk about what he's not doing, but what is she doing there? If she's all of that, why did he need to fly her out? She's there for a purpose. She needs something. She needs money and she needs attention. So she's trying to make him feel bad, but she should be embarrassed herself. Because at least if he has nothing else going on for him, he has enough money that your ungrateful ass hopped on that plane and flew out there to meet with him. This is why you don't spend your time, energy, and money with women like this, no matter how attractive they are. It's gonna blow up in your face.
Second, I ain't going live. I'm just recording, see? And I'm doing this for my own safety. You was yelling and acting a little crazy back there. And I can't be too careful with you niggas. I never know when one of y'all might feel like turning a bitch into an ancestor.
Now all of a sudden, she's worried about her safety. Ladies, think about your safety before you even get on the plane in the first place. You that desperate for money? Go get a job. Do some real work that doesn't put your life in danger. Get a trade, get a career, get a degree, do something. Start your own business at whatever you are talented in. If you are going to get flued out, do it the right way. Get his real name and do a criminal record check before you get on the plane. It's not worth your life. This is not women's empowerment. And I know some of you are going to be like, she can do what she wants. He can do what he wants. You're absolutely right. But in reality, doing what you want can get you killed. He's just plain stupid. He didn't vet her. She could have set him up to get robbed. She can make false accusations against him, or she could just come out and not even sleep with you. Make sure she understands that if you're spending your money, you expect to get the cookie. You don't want to deal with somebody that's a tease. So many women out there want to give it to you for free, but if you are going to fly a woman out, vet her first. This guy was so invested in his simpery that he didn't vet her. She's showing him no respect. She's publicly embarrassing him because now she's recording this. And he doesn't know who's watching. I tell people, your boss is always watching. Maybe not your direct supervisor, but you're being watched on the job and off the job. Your future wife is watching you. Your future employer, your future neighbors, your children's friends are watching you. At some point, somebody's always watching you. And this is a bad look for both of them.
I fly your country ass all the way out here, put you up in the crib.
And we was having a nice time.
I'm not trying to have no nice time with you.
What you fly me out here for then?
Just want to use a nigga up, dinner, drinks, shopping, the weed, all while just straight teasing a nigga.
She definitely knows what she was flown out there for. She wasn't there just so they can have Bible study. She knew what he expected. She's good and grown, and she knew what was up. This wasn't some underage girl that was flown out. Men don't fly you out just for companionship. That's movie stuff. They fly you out because they want to get what's underneath your skirt. And you know that. Even the men that don't fly you out want something in return.
If a nigga was flying me in and out of town, I'd be expecting to give him a little something. These niggas only interested in flying a bitch out and spending money if there's an option to fuck.
So when they find out fucking ain't an option, then what they gonna do?
She is playing a dangerous game. This just happens to be a nice simp. What if nice simp turned into angry simp, punched her, pulled out a gun, and assaulted her, violated her, or even worse, killed her? Not every man's going to react this way. Some men will kill you for playing with their money. This is just plain stupid on both their parts. I don't know who's dumb or dumber.
I'm good. This ain't hurt me. I got money.
So why I had to fly Spirit then?
I was ready to just take my loss. I had to pull that last minute shit.
What? Letting you eat this pussy?
Why she have to fly Spirit then? Baby, if you had your own money, he wouldn't have to pay for Spirit. You could have upgraded to a Delta flight. Don't get it twisted. She's cute, the body's banging, but she's there because she needed the money. She's talking down to him like she's a Kardashian or something. Like she flew herself out there first class. She didn't even have the money to pay for a Spirit flight. If she's so high class, she wouldn't dare get caught on Spirit. She would have flew another airline. She's doing this for clout. As a bonus, she did get oral performed on her. She's going to get some social media views off of this. But wisdom is when your hand is in the lion's mouth, you do not provoke the lion. She's still in his car. He hasn't paid for her to go back home yet. She hasn't even gotten out of his car. This can go all bad, y'all.
Me eat the pussy, but you ain't even let me fuck.
Did you tell him you ain't fucking?
Now why would I do that?
Dick still hard.
Well, that's between you or whatever you bought up at that corner store, okay?
I do agree with her on that. That's his dumb ass. Again, she's dead wrong, but he was stupid.
You should be happy I let you wet that beard. Just because you went in for a little munch, that don't mean I owe you no pussy.
Sorry, I totally disagree. The fact that he did go in for a little much, that he did pay for your Spirit Airlines flight, that he did pay for her food, give her a place to stay, that you did owe him some PUSSY. You owed him some kitty cat, and you knew it before you got on the plane. Does she have a right to say no? That goes without saying. If he was that creepy, you wouldn't have spent the night at his house. You wouldn't be in his car right now. You wouldn't be taking his money. You went there knowing who you were going to see, what you were going there for.
You was horny enough to let me eat the box, but you wasn't horny enough to let me fuck?
Did you tell him you ain't fucking?
Now why would I do that? After that, I just wasn't in the mood.
Maybe I'm not in the mood to get that plane ticket.
Now he wants to stand up for himself. Her respect for him is already gone. See, I tell people respect, you get it up front. For example, the very first time a bully say, let me take your lunch money, you don't wait 20 times later and on the 21st time say, I'm tired of you taking my lunch money. You stand up to the bully up front. When you get disrespected, the sooner you stop it from going any further, the more respect that you're going to get. He should have laid the law down before the plane tickets were purchased.
Well, maybe the whole world should see this video. Send it to your job, everybody on your friends list, to your 2 daughters. Let them see how you treat women. I mean, so just because you flew me out here and got me a cheap-ass plane ticket, I owe you some pussy?
This is why simping is dangerous. She's already taping him. For all he knows, it is live. For all he knows, even if it isn't live, she's gonna post it later. He would have known if he vetted her. This is probably not her first time doing this. And now she's threatening to send this to everybody on his friends list and to his children.
People saw this old, big, gray, beard-having ass fuck nigga, saw him talking his shit, saw me talking my shit back. The ones that liked it, shared it, and the motherfuckers that hated it, shared it too. Niggas and bitches all online going back and forth with each other. And here we are, me setting up meetings with the heads of networks.
I've never heard of escorts or strippers showing up at the wife's job in the children's school and saying, hey, your daddy takes me to the VIP room on Saturday. He would have done better just going and getting him an escort. Not saying to do that, but he wouldn't have been blasted all over social media. She is fortunate that he's not a dude that was emotionally unintelligent in the sense when it comes to dealing with anger. There are dudes who will take her seriously and they'll find her body in the woods somewhere.
That's what you teaching your daughters? You want them to see the side of you?
You delete that shit.
You should have snatched the phone out her hand, broke the phone, kicked her out the whip, and made her walk. Should have never put yourself in the situation.
Soon as that nigga dropped me off, I had to get something out that trash ass trip. 10 million and counting. Auntie, fuck that creepy ass old ass nigga. I'm viral.
She definitely viral like herpes. Old ass, creepy ass, Nigga is what she called him. But you let him eat you out. Ladies, this kind of behavior can get you killed. And even if it doesn't get you killed, it won't get you a husband. Any man will put his penis in you, but that's not gonna get you a real dude. And all those likes that she got, what's that gonna do for her job? What do y'all think?